Hey y'all, what's going on? I pray that all is well with y'all on today. Today, we're going to talk about when do you check in before you feel like you're about to check out. The reason why the screen is black is because sometimes we done already checked out while we call ourselves checking in. And what I mean by checking in is not necessarily when your friend or someone texts you and they ask you, how you doing, and you like, I'm okay, or whatever. The check-in I'm talking about is, are you checking in with yourself mentally? Are you checking in with God, letting him know how you're feeling? Or are you keeping things so balled up and so covered up that you're walking around checked out but yet checked in? We have to remember that Proverbs says, lean not into our own understanding, but in all of thy ways acknowledge him and he will direct our path. We tend to check out because of things we don't understand. But if we check in with God and lean to him for the understanding, we won't experience the check out. He'll give us the strength to go through so that we can continue to get the lesson that we need to get. And sometimes we feel that it's easier to check out and not deal with something and not face it and keep it covered versus us checking in and dealing with it. But we don't want to check in because checking in requires accountability. And accountability is something that we all struggle with in some form or fashion. So again, I encourage y'all, before we check out, before we feel like it's better to just remove ourselves from the situation than to deal with the situation, that we're checking in to God, checking in with God, and making sure that we're understanding what the purpose of something is. And like a quote that I sent out the other day is, sometimes we won't understand why we experience something until we make it out of it. But if we check out of the situation before we even endure it, because we already feel like it's going to be too hard, the check in with God ain't going to work. Check in with God before you check out. Check in with God before you say I can't. Check in with you, because you make yourself feel like you can't because of whatever the situation may be. Don't be afraid to check in with God. Don't be afraid to check in with yourself. And don't be afraid to say that you need an accountability partner. Checking out is easy. Checking in takes work. You can't grow if you don't want to do the work. You can't grow if you keep things hidden. So check in before you check out.